I already counted 10 people really quick. I think I missed one or two, but that's it. Every week there's 10 people.
Niall, you can add Rafael Moreno.
All right.
Mario.
Welcome, Rafael, even though you can't get your mic undone. Fantastic. Glad you made it. And welcome, everybody. Pensacola?
This is Kathy from Minnesota.
Minnesota, over here. Kelly, where are you calling from?
I'm from Texas.
Texas. All right.
Texas.
Welcome, Kathy and Kelly then. Sorry, I seen yellow lights going off while someone else was talking. All right, glad you both made it. Thank you very much, and welcome to everybody. It's 9 o'clock on the button, so I'm going to go ahead and make last call. 15. So if you're brand new and you haven't had a chance to say hello, you're in the right place at the right time. It's the most important night of the week. I said this earlier. You might have missed it if you're just logging in, and you're still logging in hot and heavy. But if your audio wasn't set yet, write this down. Do yourself a favor. Never miss a Tuesday night call. Everything big, everything magical, everything important. All announcements that are big and important to you happen on a Tuesday night. If ever Tanya and Rory are going to add something to the system to help you build your business or make you more money, it'll always be happening on a Tuesday night. So do yourself a favor and never miss a Tuesday night call. But if you're brand new, we love hearing from you, love welcoming you to the family every week, 20 to 30 new people. We love seeing it. We love seeing all the states being represented as well. So if you're new, click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hold down the space bar on the keyboard like a walkie-talkie. Just hold it down and say hello. Don't forget to let us know which state you're calling in from. And welcome to the call.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you calling in from, Lauren and Joyce and Susie?
Alpharetta, Georgia.
Georgia's in the house. Susie?
Hi, I'm from Texas.
Texas. And Lauren?
Kelly.
California? Wow. We just covered the whole from coast to coast, didn't we? Fantastic. And Florida. Go ahead, Jonique. Where are you calling it from?
Missouri.
Missouri. Fantastic. All right. Thank you. Oh, I got to keep that count.
Hello. Mike is calling from Texas.
Mike from Texas. Thank you, Mike. And go ahead, Marita. I know you were trying to say.
Hello. Yes, I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey's here. Here we go. That was all four corners: San Francisco, New Jersey, Florida, Texas, California. I think there was a whole bunch in the middle of the country all over there. It's a wonderful thing to see. We love seeing it. Welcome everyone to the family, to the team. We're happy to have you here. We're glad you had a chance to say hello. Whoever got you here is happy that you made it on. And we're going to get the call started. Let me hit that button and hit that button. Got to shut the chat down just for a minute. Nope, I'll leave the chat open. Never mind with that. We got that going. We got that going. So we're ready to go. Welcome, everybody. Again, hit that button. So Stacy Linda, my wonderful assistant, on that button. Look at all the people still trying to come in.
You want to hit one other big button?
Yep. I was already on it. Thank you. I had my finger on it, but I wanted to say, watch that button. Look how fast people are still coming in. So congratulations to everybody. Real quickly, there's 341 people that are growing. And I can see that, some people that have been around for a while are still getting into. So Zoom's probably holding everything up a little bit. I know the internet's been slow for a couple of days. Been hearing that all over the place. But you are in the right place at the right time. And congratulations to 21 plus new people who were able to get on early and unmute your microphone and say hello. Don't worry. If you didn't get a chance to, it's okay. Next week, come in early again and just as soon as we get going, unclick, say hello. We want to know you made it. We love meeting everybody, and we love seeing the growth that we see, and love seeing all the new states being represented. For all of you brand new folks, my name's Niall Eddy. I've been in this industry for 35 years now, guys. 35 years. And it's a ride that I never could imagine myself. I have a, let's say, landscaping and construction background. I used to build homes in Western New York till I hurt my back really bad. Went back to school as an adult to be an aviation mechanic and get my degree in avionics. With a wife and 3 kids, I went back to school. Crazy, I know, right? But I thought I could really get this done. But it was when I went back to school that I was introduced to this industry. And at first, I thought, this is a great way for me as a dad to just make an extra, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 a month, spoil my kids on a weekend, right? Because that's all I was about. What can I do for my kids? Because when an adult parent goes back to school, the kids go back to school too. Everything's changing, right? And I knew the kids were making as much of a sacrifice as I was. So I just needed extra money to spoil them on the weekends. But little did I know I was being introduced to something a whole lot bigger than that. It only took me a couple of months to see just how big this really was. I watched a couple of videos. I talked to a few people on the telephone. I went to a meeting. I watched some people walk across the stage, and I seen their incredible stories. When they got off the other end of the stage, I shook their hand, said hello, and tried to pick their brain a little bit and learn what I could. And here's what I learned from every single one of them, what the difference was and why they were so successful here. They were doing it longer than me. That was the only difference. They had been around longer than I was. They were just doing it a little bit longer. And I'm a big believer in what they were telling me. What one person can do, another person can do. So I went home, I finished school, I went to work at the airport. But during that last semester and the 8 months I was at that airport, I was giving all of my extra time to this business, becoming the best student I could be, learning the industry, learning the market, learning the system that I was using at that time, putting forth a little bit more effort than the other guys that had some experience. So I just made up for the lack of experience and understanding with effort, right? And it just worked out in my favor. This industry opened up doors for me I never knew existed. It allowed me to meet people that I never would have met before. Braille, you and I would have never met if I wouldn't have went to that meeting that first day 35 years ago. Unbelievable things happened for me over the course of my life. But the two biggest things it gave me, time freedom. I walked away from the airport job and I went home to do this full time, and I've never looked back since. Now I had all the time in the world to spend with my kids. And that was my driving force for everything I did. Every goal I ever created as I was building this industry is about what can I do for my kids, with my kids, in addition, and add to my kids' life and their future. And what kind of an example can I lead about taking control of your life? Everything was focused on my kids. It allowed me to put them on the bus, take them off the bus when they were little. As they got involved in sports, I went to every football game, since that football was bigger than my son. Remember those little peewee guys running around the field? The helmets looked much bigger than them. From that day till finished playing football in high school, and now he's a lot taller than me. I went to every volleyball practice and game. I went to even the cheer camps because one of my daughters was a cheerleader. I still got that picture on the desk. My son's over there, my daughter's over here. All their trophies are still up there. Every chance that dad could get to be involved in their life, every game, every practice, on the sidelines. Yep, sometimes the maniac dad that thought he was the coach. But I was involved, and I knew every one of their friends, every one of their teammates. I knew everything about them, and I was dad to about 500 kids at one time, I think. So it gave me the time freedom to do that. It gave me the time freedom to be a part of that. But it also gave me the financial freedom to let them do all of that and take them on vacations. And every time we went on vacation, and your parents know how this goes, you take that credit card out and you swipe as often as the kids need while you're on vacation, because you want them to have a great time. Then you go home, you rip open that envelope and you see your bill and all that guilt sets in, right? That's something I never experienced again once I got involved in this industry. Time freedom, financial freedom are two doors that opened up for me and allowed me to give my children an incredible life that I never could have as a carpenter or an aviation mechanic. But that's just about 2 years into the business. I told you I dove in and became a great student. And one day I looked back and I was making more in a couple of months' time, 2 months, than anybody I've ever known in my life had been making in an entire year's salary. That validated that I had just made the best decision of my life, right? And that all that stuff was being pumped into my kids without me even knowing it. My kids are entrepreneurs. My son's he's 30 years old. He's never had a job in his life. He's been self-employed since he was 11 years old because he was watching dad and he wanted that same freedom. He kept trying different things till he found his passion. And now he's one of the best in his field right now at what he does. And he loves it. He loves going to work every day, just like his dad. How many of you say they get up every morning, can't wait to get to work, see who else we get to help today? That's how we feel. That's how Stacy feels. I feel. Linda feels. All the smiling faces. And Tony, I know she feels that way. That's how we feel every day we get up because of what we're a part of, because of the life it's given us and the life it's given to everybody we get in contact with. So I told you that I've been here for 35 years. I didn't tell you I've known the co-founders of this system that you're looking into today for 30 of those 35 years. 30 years ago, I was a young entrepreneur that really didn't know much about what I was doing, just putting forth as much effort as I could. And I needed a voicemail that could handle a ton of volume. I wanted to advertise all over the country on top of the mail order program that we were working back then. Yes, snail mail. Everything we did, we didn't have email. We did it all by snail mail. But I needed a voicemail that could handle all that volume. Everybody told me I needed to go talk to this guy named Roy Rickard. So I got his number, I called him up, and I met this young man with an incredible passion for what he was doing, incredible passion to help other people. He had a system that he knew was needed out here in the world, and he had a love for teaching it. He had a passion for mass communication. At the phone company at that time is all he had. But he gave me the voicemail I needed. It took all the volume I could throw at it. But here's what else it did. Because of that software brain of his, it allowed me to put, as I built a network of people around the country, I could put a message on that system and shoot it out to everybody at the same time. Sounds like nothing today, right? But it was 1992. We didn't have email. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of the technology today, but we did have Rory Rickard and that software brain and that love for mass communication. But when the internet did come out in 93, he left that, jumped online, became the first guru out there. He started building lead generation companies because what did us entrepreneurs need to build our business? And now it's global, not just nationwide. We needed leads. We needed people to talk to. He became the #1 lead generation company out there. And there was many of them out there back then, but none of them could produce the quality that he could produce, and none of them could produce the quality of leads that he could produce. So he became #1 because he nurtured every relationship. His company motto was under promise and over deliver. It's always been that way. It'll always be that way. And it always worked out that way. So he built great relationships nationwide. What's the next thing that we needed? We needed a website. We're all jumping online. We needed someplace to send all this traffic to, send this people to, so that they can read all about what we're telling them. So we don't have to spend 7 hours on the phone with each person that we're talking to. We needed a website. So he started building websites. The first one was kind of cool. It just looked like a Word document on the internet. Well, we could add color to it. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But then Roy started adding a page behind the page, right? That second generation stuff. And as he learned more, and he learned very quickly because this is his wheelhouse, right? Technology. As he learned more, he started implementing everything that he learned into that site, into that system to make it better and better and better. And it outproduced everybody else, just like his leads did. No one could touch his lead generation abilities, and no one could touch his website abilities. That's why he became the #1 guru out there. To me, and I'm pretty sure if we looked around and if we dug up enough statistics, it probably would be true how I feel. He's still the #1 guy out there, and I'm just happy to be a part of that. So I got to meet him when I flew to Miami for the first time, had dinner with him on the beach, had a drink, watched the sunset on the beach, because that's what you do in South Beaches, Miami. You have a drink on the beach and watch the sunset, right? But we got to talk about our families and our children and our soon-to-be grandchildren, how we wanted, the vision we had of our families. And I just knew that he's not just a great human being. He had an uncanny ability to understand what was really happening on the internet, how the marketplace was working on the internet, and an uncanny ability to predict future trends, what was about to happen. And he's that guy that likes to stay in front of everything, not behind it. He wants to stay in front of it and keep us relevant, keep us on top, keep us with the best technology available to us. That's who he is. And I knew that when I met him the first time. First time I shook his hand and looked in his eyes, I knew this is a guy I want to know for the rest of my life. I don't know what kind of working relationship we're going to have, but I want to know him and be a part of whatever he's doing for the rest of my life. And it worked out just that way. So for 3 decades, we've worked side by side, and I just love the guy to pieces. I call him my brother. But a couple years after meeting him, I actually got to fly out to Utah and meet his lovely wife and the co-founder here, Miss Tanya Rickard. I walked in the door and I met a young lady raising 7 children, running several other businesses, and helping Rory get this off the ground and keeping everything on time and on track, because she's the most organized person I've ever met in my life. Brielle will tell you, and Stacy's met her and Lindy's met her, she plans every minute and every hour and every day and every week and every month and every year. And she plans things 2 years out, and they're always on time. They're always on track. They always happen the way she said it's going to happen. And she keeps everything, that machine just running perfectly. So Rory can be the creative, the unbelievably creative human being that he is. Together, they complement each other like no other team I've ever seen. I knew 3 decades ago that this was going to be a power team, a power couple like nobody's seen before. And I was right again. So I'm glad I stayed around, right? It's been an incredible life. We've given our children an incredible life, and now we're working on giving our grandchildren the best life we can. Because that's the mode we're in. It's grandpa time, and we're absolutely loving it. So I got to spoil my children, and I know Roy did, and now we're going to spoil our grandchildren the best we can. These are the people that you're getting involved in. These are the people that you got in business with. Unbelievable software brain technology master that loves anything that sounds like technology, and he's always going to keep us relevant, always keep it in front of it. And another woman with incredible passion and organizational skills that understands everything he does and can do it side by side. And they get up every morning, they have a cup of coffee, and they plan their day. But part of their planning every single day, you guys and gals, is this: what can we do to make this better for Sherry? What can we do to help Dawn and Darlene and Joyce and Susie build their business and make more money? What can we add to this to help them see the global picture and achieve their dreams faster? What can we say and do to help everybody catch the vision like Niall did and Stacy did and Linda did and Tony did and so many others did here? All you brand new folks, you're the ones they think about every single day. What can we do to make it better for them? What can we do to help them get there quicker? This, folks, is who you are getting in business with. And the system that you're looking at today, PBS, is all that technology, 16, 17 years of experience, all piled into one page that has hundreds of pages inside of it that all represent different products and services that you get to take to the marketplace, building yourself an incredible business while you're having a positive impact on as many other people as you can contact. That's why we're excited to get up every morning and get to work and see who else we can help. I love being a part of it. I'm blessed to be a part of it. I call Rory my brother. I call Tanya my sister. I just got to have another vacation. It was a working vacation, and they'll tell you all about that in a minute. We just got back from Cancun, Mexico. It's been another glorious 5 days together. We've traveled the world. We've seen beaches everywhere. We've celebrated holidays together. We broke bread a million times. I know these folks that you're getting in business with, and I love Tuesday night to be able to introduce them to you. So you know who you're in business with. So if you're looking for a place that you can build whatever it is you can conceive, I'm a big believer. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it, right? If you're looking for a place to get all of your dreams, and you're looking for a place where you can have a positive impact on other people's lives while you're doing that, then you have found your home here. And we welcome you with open arms. It is 17 after, so I got a little winded there. I'm sorry, I've been gone. I've been on vacation and I'm still got a little jet lag. I'm feeling pretty good. Still got my Cubana shirts on. It's a lovely life and we're glad you're a part of it. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. Without any further delay, I'm going to introduce my brother, Mr. Roy Rickard. The microphone is yours. Take it away.
Thanks a lot, Niall. And you guys, I really appreciate that we do this for the new students because we're adding new students every week and our numbers are increasing. As we continue to develop better ways to reach out to the students, to explain what this is, our numbers will continue to increase. So you'll notice the first 15 minutes, we have a lot of people that come and hear things. They're trying to bring their new students in. And then 15 minutes in, that's when we get to work on the rest of stuff. But I think it's really important. And this is something we put out there to know, like, you guys should know who you're working with. And we declare it every week because we have new people every week. But also, you know, I get a kick out of it because I listen to Niall review the stuff and you're like, you know what? We've come such a long way, and our integrity has never changed. We've just ran this. And we just got back from Cancun and it was awesome having Niall. You know, Niall and I, we're counting how many times we've been to Cancun and it's adding up. Right. And that's just Cancun, not the rest of parts of the world. And, you know, we've been to Hawaii many times together. We've been to mainly fishing places. We like that. And we set a goal way back in the mid 90s because we were just liked work with each other. We were just both very aggressive on stuff that we did. And we would, you know, cheer each other on. And we said, you know, we want to raise our grandkids together. And you know what? That's what we did. And he lived on the other side of the, you know, I was in Utah. He was in Florida. We still kept in contact. We still met up. Our kids know each other. You know, our families know each other. It's just awesome, right? And you know, he's Uncle Niall, and I bring this up because we set this out as a path and declared it and made it so, right? And we've done tremendous amounts of business together. and built, incredible teams, and we continue to do so. But we're very good at it. But it's also, we go and plan. And you guys, we went to Cancun, and you guys, I bring this up. You guys hear me talk about Costa a lot. He comes from the very similar, I guess, mentorships and everything else that I've had, and and he's been a mentor of mine. He's still a mentor of mine, and the way that he did the incentive trip was just first class. All right. And for those of you that have gone on our incentive trips, our leadership trips, it was very similar, right? Powwow meetings, individual meetings, all the stuff that we do, we just did again. And it lit up so much more stuff. I have a book of notes, several of which I can't even talk to you guys about, but we know where things are going. And I know you guys love when I do this, but I'm telling you, there's some serious stuff coming next year. You guys, you know what I like about when you're organized and you're on top of your game in business, and I hope you guys are hitting the button there. People are still coming in. Okay. I'll ignore that. You guys got it. Okay. When you're on top of your business and everything's running very well, and I'll just recap the stuff. I'm going to focus on Bella Vita for a little bit. Tanny and I are making some changes. We're going to be discussing it with leadership more, and you guys will be rolled out there. But when you're in business and things are as solid as they are with Bella Vita, they're planning 2024 already. We're just in the first. We're literally in the second quarter, starting the second quarter of 2023, and they're already planning next year. They're already planning new directions, new additions. And so I'm going to bring up a couple key things on this. The one thing that I take away from the trip, the number one thing is, I need to do whatever I can to help inspire. You guys have everything you need to get it done. You just got to do the work. We need to have a lot more leadership at these incentive trips, because it's so much more. It's more fun when there's more of us there. And I'll put this out for everybody. I actually, Niall and I were playing beach volleyball. I haven't played volleyball in a long time. It was so much freaking fun, though. Yeah, it was. Guys, I'll just put this, you guys. It was so fun. Like the bonding, the all white party was, I'll put this out there. That was awesome. Just to get it on the beach. The food, the fire show, just the celebration and the manifestation of what's to come, and also just the gratitude shown and felt, and to do it in an event that just had style and class was really fun, right? A 5-piece band. You guys know how Costa does the bands and everything, so it was awesome. It was a Costa thing. For those of you that are brand new, you want to get to the Bella Vita events, because they're going to set the pace. Like, you're going to see what's available. And help you set your goals to keep pushing. And that's kind of a big thing is, Tanny always says it's our office time. And this incentive trip, we got to go to a beautiful place, stay at a beautiful resort. Everything was covered. You guys, when I checked out of the hotel, my bill was zero. It was zero, nothing, right? Everything was taken care of. And it was unbelievable to know that, it's just unbelievable to know that they got your back on all the angles, and then they sit down and they they do that direction. And we had some very special moments of breaking bread with Costa and Jeff and going through things, and also Richard and Mary, and some wonderful people we met there too, and the other leadership. And you get to share ideas and stuff. But these events, and Niall and I were reflecting on it. Okay, now of course we're reflecting on it in a beautiful infinity pool, and we're just look where things have come. But some of the biggest moments when we made a shift and a change, and we committed to things, they were at these events. Where you're outside your element, you're in some beautiful place, and you just had some powerful meetings. And you can feel the truth, and you can feel the belief, and you're like, you know what, we're going to do this. Well, that's what we did decades ago. And everything we said we were going to do, we did. And now we're here and we just want to repeat it with everybody because there's a process to it. There's a process of gratitude. There's a process of setting, goals and then putting all the resources and the action steps onto those goals to make those realities so you can have your dreams, right? We break that down. And so I'm gonna just bring up some event time today. We have a live event coming up, which is celebrating the birthday of Velavita. Velavita, you guys, we're 3 years old in a month from now. The roughly a month, the 5th, the Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. And V stands for 5 stands for V or V stands for 5. There's a big numerical thing with the company with 5s. I'm pretty sure that we're going to open it up and do the birthday thing at 5:55. That's when it started. Cinco de Mayo 2020 at 5:55 is when the company was born. That's the official launch time of Velavita. And guys, we've been in it a little over 2.5 years, right near the beginning. And that's how long it took to kind of prove it out. And we've got 6 tremendous products that are all categories of themselves that blend in there. We've seen the proof. Some of us are several pounds lighter from the proof. Some of us have a lot less anxiety because of the proof. Some of our skin is way better because of the proof. Some of us have a lot less frequency issues because of the proof, and so on and so on. And we're seeing incomes build, and we're starting to see more and more of the V marketing kicking in, and our teams kicking in, and the building coming in there. And this vehicle, just like everything we tell you guys and focus on, is great. But I'm going to just I'm gonna put a couple of things out there. One, we have an event coming up on the 5th and the 6th, the 7th. I know some people are extending it till the 8th now. That's fantastic. The 7th, it's Universal Studios Day. Kenny and I we promise to be there one day. We'll be there Sunday. I'm seeing a lot more activity with people going there on Monday, so we'll see how that goes. But the 5th, we're going to start at 4 o'clock. And it's a fiesta, like Mexican food, right? A Mexican fiesta. It's quite a spread. All right. And we're sitting classroom style so we all can take notes. I changed that up. And then we'll be doing the celebration call. And I'm just going to tell you guys the stuff that's going to be rolled out on that broadcast. And they're going to be coming from Bogota, Colombia. That's where Costa and Jeff will be. We'll be in Orlando with everybody that we can get there. All right. And I'll bring up some other notes on this in the next call next week. But we want to get as many people as we can in Orlando. And then the following day, and I know you guys have heard this before, we're doing BRT training. If you have any heebie-jeebies on doing the B marketing and talking to people and getting to know them so that they can have a conversation about what we have here at RRR, I really, really want you to press to come to a BRT training. We do them all day long. We do them every Saturday, but in person may be the very thing you need just so you can grasp it better, just so you understand it. Now, I'm going to tell everybody the best way to do it is just jump in and go. It's very forgiving. If you mess up, guess what? Next, and you get to start all over again. Clean slate. You're only going to get better. And especially if you have someone that can help, positively critique you or listen to you and work with you and your instructor, that's how we do it. But it's the one skill set that can literally allow you to become a millionaire here is if you understand the BRT process. Because that skill set, with all the marketing that Tanny and I fund for you, is how you're going to be able to win. That's how you're going to be able to change the legacy that you have for you and your family. That BRT skill set, and it's teachable. You can learn it. Anybody can learn it. It's just the art of having a conversation and getting to know somebody so that we can show them a solution to what they're looking for. That's all this is. And we're going to be spending massive time on that Saturday. And you guys, I wanted to go into a couple of things. So I'm gonna pull up I'll put the link here. And I know I'm going to tell you guys something here in a second. And then I have some philosophy that I want to share. Okay, so RRR247.com, event 2023. We open more room blocks up. If you guys max them out again, let me know. I actually asked for more. So we got rooms. We're gonna have a pretty good showing, and you want to be there. And sometimes it's hearing somebody else and their struggles and how they overcame it that you realize you're in the same situation. And that's something you're only going to get from talking to other people, hearing somebody else's experience. This is an experience sharing life we're in. And it's awesome to hear how everybody else is striving. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, I know the leaders that are here. I've been working with them for all the years. Every single one of them, I've seen them grow and grow and grow to what they are now. And they were struggling. I mean, almost every one of them were struggling when they first got going too. Many of them had to be talked off the cliff many times. Self-doubt, all that stuff comes in there, right? And, you know, and this is why we have the family communication. This is why we constantly do trainings and work on things, because it takes a village to raise a child. It takes the community to take care of everybody. We carry each other. That's what we're about. We will always be about that. And yeah, Cindy, when there's a will, there's a way. And I'm going to tell you, V marketing, guys, and yes, we have so many avenues to create wealth. So many. And you know, not everybody qualifies for the IBO program, and that's okay. But you might get down the road later where you can get, you know, your credit fixed or whatever it is. And I bring that up there for new students who may not know what it is. Guys, we still have a godsend. I got the notice yesterday. It was like 47 slots. They're anticipating another 100 next week. So there's still plenty of room for everybody that wants to do the IBO program to get into it. I was going to segue, and I'm going to go to my notes. So, you know, I was told we were going to run out of slots. This was a couple of years ago now, and we haven't. They just keep opening up, and so, and I'll put this out there. If you don't know what the IBO program is, there's a video on the bottom of the master page, which is step 1. Okay, on the bottom of step 1, and it's a 15-minute video. It says it introduces about the IBO program. The IBO program costs nothing, ever. It never costs you money. Right? It's dealing with some banks. So there's some paperwork. There's some setup time. It takes a couple months to get it going, and then you're guaranteed $750 a month for a minimum of 6 months. Okay. Now I bring this up because this has helped a lot of people to succeed and actually make it work here. Because when they came into this program, they should have been here a year ago. They were already hurting upside down. This literally, for a lot of people, unfortunately, is a Hail Mary. They're just hoping this is real. And then when it's real, then they need resources to make things work. It gets really, it can be downright depressing. They found a solution, and now because of their situation, they can't do it. Well, if they've maintained their credit and maybe the cash flow is not so good, that solves a big problem. It also allows people to create bridge money while you're building up your systems here. And I'm just going to stress it. If you haven't heard about the IBO program, ask your instructor immediately. Go to the bottom of step 1 and watch that video. And if you think you qualify for it, get going on it. Okay. Your instructor is going to be helping you get up there, and your instructor wants you to succeed. Remember, we don't make money unless you make money. And if you need stuff to go, and I see that in there, Cindy. But here's the thing is, if you don't qualify, that's okay. Maybe you'll qualify later. Maybe someone in your household qualifies, but someone when you're building and you have other students to work with, that's going to help them, and that helps you. You got to look at it as an overall thing. You just have to, right? Because I have personal students that took 2 years to get their credit where it needed to be, and then they were able to get in the IBO program. It still works. It's awesome. Yeah, Cindy, you're not alone. You know, like I said, a lot of people come in here and their credit's bad because, you know, they got leveraged out. They had too much month on the money. You guys understand this, right? If you're working a job and you're trading dollars for hours, you will never get ahead. It takes 2 life occurrences to put you financially in debt for almost the rest of your life. That could be a fridge going out, a major appliance going out, major car repairs, medical bills. 2 out of the 3, you may never catch up again if you have a job. Forget all the rest of the stuff going on in the world. Forget all the costs of everything going up, right? You know, I cannot tell you how grateful I am that I learned the power of residual income at a young age. Without residual income, I can only imagine the suffering that could have been, right? And that's what I look at it as. You guys, it is controlled slavery if you have to trade your dollars, if you have to trade your time for dollars. That's not freedom. If you can't do what you need to do with your time to better yourself, I mean, if you're working all the time, you will never get ahead. You've got to make sacrifices to get out of the working every day. You know, and now we have benefits packages, so now we can help everybody, right? There's always a way. And I'd like to bring this up, right? I like to bring this up because, you know, when you have a focus like this to work on, we've just constantly made things easier and easier and easier, okay? We have a very easy setup on the PBSs now. So all the new students, you guys have the easiest setup we've ever had, ever, right? And if you just get those pages modified, we're gonna walk you through step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We're gonna get you to Google AdSense. You now have a sole business that you can generate incomes with, okay? And that's Google AdSense, and that's all the affiliate sales, that's all the kiosks and the anchors that we market as an individual marketer. Then we have the leverage of the team. And the team leverage is where exponential growth can happen. That's where people can make substantial incomes part-time, substantial incomes full-time, insane to other people. And when you have them, they're not that insane. You find a way to spend it. Career incomes, and then legacy incomes that build and build and build. And, you know, I've seen and helped create lots of millionaires in what we're doing, and we've got a path here, right? We got a path here, and we're driving it. We're driving it hard, and you know, we just added something to our GSIs and above that now we know what to expect and what to grow to start creating those nice 6 figures and higher incomes, okay? And build them up from a GSI. Okay, remember, you guys, we start out instructors, you go through instructor and training. Everybody starts at suck. Everybody sucks. And if you don't start at suck, you can't get going. So you got to get started, right? And you guys, remember, Tammy and I are funding your marketing, so you're not wasting your money on it. We understand, and we know that if you just do presentations and you fill in the pipeline, even when you suck, it's going to turn into something eventually. Even suck works. Suck is better than nothing, right? Momentum is momentum, right? And by the time you've got 10 PBS students, all right? Now, 10 PBS students for some of us is in a week, 2 weeks time, we can do that now. Starting out though, it seems tough, right? Everything feels like it's 5,000 pounds to move around. It's something you never maybe done before. It's a different skill set. You know, it's pushing your comfort zones, all right? But if you don't make a change, you're not gonna get change. And if you keep doing what you did before and it didn't put you in the situation where you wanted to be, you've got to make adjustments. We know this works. We're putting you on a success conveyor belt. It's all about presentations. The more presentations you do with the students that are coming in to do this business with us, the more you're gonna add them to your team. And the more you add to your team, the more you duplicate, the more you're gonna make. The bigger the impact you make in growing your team and helping them grow and create those part-time and full-time incomes, the better it's gonna be for you. The more we do, the more we get back. And you guys do not have to fund the marketing. You should be on the phone all the time and go from suck to okay, to okayer, to good, to gooder, to great, to greater. And then you're gonna get really well where you can help other people even more. We don't need to keep learning more and more things. It's the same thing. We just got to hone in those skill sets. It is a literal conveyor belt of success. The belt goes faster and faster, the better you get. and the bigger your team gets, which you built the team even at the level of suck. Even suck's a winning level. Nothing is a losing. Quitting, suicide in your business is how you lose everything here. Get in, apply the marketing, grow the teams. And because almost everything we structured is based on that binary, the left side or the right side, you start out in a team leg where you're building with a team. As soon as you know how to build, then you're able to start building the other side where you're starting to build the residual long-standing incomes by building two solid teams. One, you have to support on from your team. The other, you step up, be the leader and create the teams. That duplication is what creates the incomes. And we're talking awesome incomes. All right. And what else comes with it? Well, we like to constantly powwow and share energy and rejuvenate each other. And that's why we have these live meetings. So for some of us, these live meetings are where we come together, maybe the first time to really meet the people behind here. We're very real. That's good to see. I remember, when I got in the industry at a young age and I go meet these legends that have been in the industry for a long time, and they were just real people. They chew their food just like I did. They drink and they use the bathroom. It's amazing. They're human. They just honed in the skill sets and like Niall was talking about, they just been doing it longer. And we were able to streamline the processes, add professional lead generation to it, so we could act as professionals. And we go out there and market in so many different ways. We have this internet. We have a way to reach people all around the world, and we know how to get SEO and link posting traffic and search, and social media traffic. And then we know how to bring paid marketing in and the team building in. It's a professional operation that you just got to participate in, right? And just learn and learn and learn. And part of that education, these live events are key. Now, I'm going to let everybody know something. I can't go into the details, but I've been telling you guys this for a while. And if you guys have notes, write it down. Get your passport. Tanya and I have been telling you all along. We told you this before COVID. We told you before we couldn't travel. We did a leadership trip in Punta Cana, and it was wonderful, right? And then we got locked into our country. We did Destin. It was beautiful. We went to Hawaii. That was questionable. We didn't know how things were going to go, but it worked out fine. All right. You guys know Tanya and I, we like to travel. We like to open things up. We just came back from Cancun, and we love Mexico. Tanya and I, we go there all the time. We're going there again this year, right? And there's something about these beautiful tropical places and these beautiful beaches and the beautiful air and the great humidity on your skin and great food and just the atmosphere and just being able to just be low key and be in the infinity pools and just be surrounded by I guess a luxury feeling. There's something about it that helps you dream bigger and focus on, what, I like this. If it wasn't for this type of travel for me, I would have never put out as a goal that I wanted to just travel and live resort to resort. Like I wanted vacation life to be my everyday life so that my vacations had to be super extravagant to be a vacation. And guess what? We're there. We've been there for a while. Now we're there full time. It didn't start out yesterday and decided today. That was lots of years in the making, buying into the patient process. So I want to, you guys, Saturday we'll be doing some trainings. I know Stacy brought up some ERC stuff. We'll cover some more on that on Saturday. I also, I hope everybody's filling their Vortex in with leads. It's running. Okay. I got another sign up just from the Vortex. You guys, we should all be filling that up with new leads, new prospects on the V marketing like crazy. I just wanted to mention that. I'm gonna go with some more notes now. I got pages. And for those who don't know, I take copious notes. I like to know where everything's at. And I look at this and it's just like, oh my gosh. It's pretty phenomenal. And I'll tell you, like, I love the goals of the company, where they're going. Costa does things right. They measure twice, cut once. That's something I learned from my grandpa, and Costa uses that analogy all the time. And that's what they do. I mean, they plan things out. And, we were having a major planning meeting there with top leadership on what's to come the rest of 2023 and into 2024. There is something coming in 2024 that I am so excited, but I know I can't mention anything until like in the fall. Like I got to hold that in. That's a lot to hold in for me. So I'm going to take my glasses off for a second. They announced some things yesterday, right, in the founders update, right? You guys are on there? Okay, so you got those updates. Some of them didn't affect us much. We don't do much with the retail profits. We just market straight in. We like to get our customers. We're getting more customers per ratios now because logging's kicking in, all that stuff's working. Also, we have people losing weight and family and friends are buying. That's great. And I expect that to happen. They covered the bundle discounts, right? I'm just going to go over it again. If you buy 2 boxes, you save $10. You buy 3 boxes, you save $20. If you 4 boxes, you get $30 off. And they added Biome to the bundle. There's a Pinta pack that's going to be available if it's not already. So if you get the Pinta pack, you get all 5 products. So Tanya and I take all 5 products, for instance. So the Pinta pack, if you buy all 5, you save $40. Let's see, I can't.
I'm sure glad it's you going through that notes, not me.
Yeah, well, I just want to bring them up a little bit at a time, but I got to tell you, there's something called VSTs, which is it's internal wallet money for Bella Vita, and there's some changes coming. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying these ones. I think they're okay. They're financial, but you guys, we can use our wallets to buy product. We do this in DTCA, we do this in SHG, but Bella Vita is adopting it as well, and that's coming soon. And it may be announced. I might be crossing a line, guys.
Or you are crossing a line. Zip it, Lippy.
Are you sure, babe? Because my notes here.
They talked about this a little bit last night.
Okay.
Mary talked about it last night.
They were going to announce at the May event, is what they said.
Everything below this line is a May event. This is above it.
Okay.
I know I might get in trouble. I think I'm good though, babe.
I just remember Jeff looking right at you and saying, keep it tight, Rory.
I know, but that's why I put the line right there, babe. I'm trying to be good, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like, it's a good habit to do. And I'm going to tell you why. It's smart money for everybody. So the reason why we like it in DTCA is we don't have to pay merchant fees. That means that we can adjust the shipping costs down because we can leverage the money. Guys, merchant processing fees are like 5%. It's like we're all working for the bank. So when you do it internally, instead of, the company saves money and can help keep costs down, and our commission's high. So I'm just going to recommend that you utilize that feature. And there's another benefit. There's another benefit to it too. It just helps at tax time. It makes it very clean. So I highly recommend it. But the VSTs, the internal wallet, you guys, when you enroll an ambassador, you enroll an influencer, you enroll a promoter, as the enroller, you get VSTs as part of the bonus. And those are cash towards product and swag. So, I was looking at Tanya's and I, we ordered like 10 more boxes of product just recently. We go through about 12 boxes a month. We bought all 10 with VSTs. We had that much stored up. I'll have a friend that wants to try the product, and instead of sending just a sample kit, I sent like a whole box of plus. Okay. I just sent it as VSTs. They PayPal'd me $100. I sent use my VST to send that out to them, right? I just want you guys to know how real that vehicle is. And we've been using it in almost all of our things. You're going to see almost every type of company we work with go with something like this, because it gives you more money to play with when you don't use merchant fees. We don't process a credit card again. And so Velavita is building this in there. And I think this is great for us to know for our students, instructors, as we bring stuff in, as you're earning the money, you can also earn more product. And I want you guys to see this because sometimes we'll work harder for something we want more than we will for the dollar. And it's an emotional thing sometimes for some of us. Like I even feel like I'm getting a bigger deal when I just use VSTs because like I enroll 5 people in that week or 5 people that month. It's, you know, and you get those VSTs. Part of the reward is commissions, but also I can get my product for free and I can get more product. So maybe you can't afford at the moment, right, to take all 5 products a month. Well, if you start recruiting 2 or 3 a week, just the VSTs coming in, you're going to be able to just get the 5 products every month and have the commissions coming in. I want you to be thinking about that because it makes people do things. Sometimes it'll help you push your dreams even harder because you have like a reward. And some of us need to get those type of motivations. So I made a note about the motivational aspect of that to cover it. Also, there's if you order bulk orders, there's bigger discounts. That's something new they're adding. They've been talking about it. But we just found out tunes. I've been buying them 10 at a time. Now there's a bigger discount. You get them for $100 a piece if you buy 20 at a time. And if you're puppy dogging them, you can sell these to people just by sharing them. Once you get rid of, you can turn 20 of them is what, $2 grand. You can turn $2 grand into $6 grand, just retailing. Most of it's cash. Okay. And some of you are outgoing like that. I'll tell you, depending where you're at. I mean, Tanya and I are at these resorts, and there's older people at resorts too, and there's younger people at resorts. But you see different people, and you can see like when they're getting in and out of the pool, things are hurting. And it's an easy conversation. I could do it all day long. And somebody will spend $300 easily when it makes their life better. Those daily pains going away. And there's an analogy. It was a nurse analogy coming up, and with the EMF and the stuff. And I wanted to share this. These are notes I wanted to share. You guys have heard the analogy of boiling a frog, right? You know, how do you boil a frog? You put them in cold water, right? And then you slowly turn it up a little bit at a time, right? And the reptilian just adapts to it. And before you know it, they're boiled and ready to eat, right? And same thing, right? The EMF is doing that slowly. It's boiling. It's that effect. And that's why it's an invisible enemy, but that's what it's been doing, right? So when they can protect themselves with it, there's a difference, but that's what's been happening. So it's a great analogy. Yeah, I don't know. I had frog legs in Austin, and they were amazing. Little swampy, but pretty dang tender. It was like, it was great, right off the bone. Yep, thought I'd share. They're actually really good. Okay. Biome, guys, has been exceeding expectations. I'm going to let you guys know something. Thanks, Ann. Ann Clark, you and I, frog legs one of these times. We're going to do that. All right. Okay, back to serious stuff. Guys, Biome, there's some things to know about this, and all the nurses listen up. They said there's 20 billion CFUs, right? Culture forming units. I think I said that right? In that one snap. Well, the food scientists figured this out. You guys, Velavita is the only one that has it. It's a liquid. But not only did they make it to where it was liquid and kept them live, they continue to generate or grow more cultures inside that snap. So literally by the time we're getting the snap and consuming it, it can have 30, 40 plus billion, not just 20. It's not just a live culture, they're producing more. And that's why the results are turning into something pretty phenomenal. Not only do they, guys, this is a big thing to understand. Gut health is a big industry. Gut health is a big need. And You know, I personally know that I've suffered with leaky gut for a long time. I've taken a lot of things for it. I've taken a lot of different probiotics for it. This is awesome news I mean, this is awesome for everybody. I mean, if you eat food, you know, I mean, think about what we consume, right? And back to the frog legs. If you're going to eat things like that or eat things like, you know, fried chicken, we got to have gut health. We got to do something to help bite, you know, to offset the bacteria and everything that's coming into our system. It's just smart. And the more we know about it, the more we understand we should be taking these things, right? And so that biome is awesome. And coming out soon, I know they told you this too, but they launched them on Monday, right? The V packs are available for biome. Some people aren't going to care about weight loss. They're not going to care about sleep. They're going to care about gut health though. And we'll have a V pack just for that now for a sample. Yeah, Tammy, you're having fun, and I love alligator tail too. Teriyaki alligator is fun. Okay, serious note, I'm going back. They covered the starter pack changes on the BV. Okay, again, this is stuff I knew I could talk about today, and I want to stress it. And you guys, we want to be on those especially the founder updates. We always want to be on the founder update calls. You know, we attend the Mondays, we attend the Tuesdays, we do our calls. Like we have a pretty good thing. You know, Bella Vita was a home run, guys. We ride that company's going somewhere. We're going with them. I just want to make sure there's more of us to these leadership things. I want to make sure we're raising up all of our leaders to a next level. I'm dead set on it. So we have a call after this one with them. We'll get to it. The packs just changed on the VV, and you guys need to know what that means. It just means more money. Everybody here just got a pay raise. If you're brand new, haven't started doing this yet, you're gonna make way more money than we did before. They just modified the stuff, and I can tell you this: the stuff that I can't say makes me even more happy. Get your rhythm going. Get that pipeline going, get your V-marketing going, it just gets better. I can say that, I'm okay. I think this is coming later, I gotta hold off on that one.
Right, to Get Lucky was extended, and the influencer to ambassador is pretty big too, if you want to talk about that.
I thought that was until the 5th, but
They announced it.
did they?
Yep. They went ahead and they went ahead and let it go. I just looked at the flyer.
Okay, so that was, I was told not to say that one yet. Okay. Tanny and I were driving, so or we were flying. So okay, I'll go over it. When we starting now, I was told May 5th. So
I was shocked. I just seen the flyer.
okay, so okay, now go over what it is again. Can you show the flyer? Do you have this you can show?
Let me find it again. The Get Lucky was the 10,000 ghost volume for ambassador, and anybody that joins as an influencer is automatically upgraded to an ambassador, and any existing member who is not an ambassador past your 8 weeks, you can also get the influencer pack and upgrade to ambassador.
Hold on.
Let's see if I can find a flyer.
They extended the Lucky March thing. So if someone comes in as an ambassador, they get the 10,000 points, right?
10,000 points, yep.
And that's this whole month, right?
All of April, yep. Okay,
all right. So you guys, I'll go over this. Tanya, 444. Okay, so here's the thing is they're seeing how this has been going out. We've got a lot of feedback. We gave a lot of feedback. We signed up a lot of ambassadors. The value's there, and also because we're recruiting, making 40% commission is better than 20 and better than 10. And we take advantage of the double up, double down. We try to get a pace. I want everybody doing 2 to 3 PBS students a week, which is going to give us, 2 enrollments in the Bella Vita every week, and everything grows, right? We want to just keep this momentum going. You're going to hear me talk about it over and over again. And as people become in the instructor path, 2 to 3 a week, you don't need 2 to 3 a week. You'll hit every freaking thing. You'll qualify for every trip. You'll qualify for all the promotions. 2 to 3 a week, and you just dominate in this industry. 2 to 3 a week. And that is something that you should be able to do just by doing your B marketing in a very steady way. Basically every day, an hour, 2 hours a day, you're gonna hit some pretty good strides. And if you're doing 2 to 3 a week, eventually you're gonna duplicate and have 10 solid on your left, 10 solid on your right, that also eventually are doing 2 to 3 a week, and that makes you a millionaire. Those numbers are what you need to get. You don't need 200,000 people. You don't. You just need steady consistency and solid growth. All right. And we know we've done it. We're doing it again. And I'm going to help do more and more and more. Right. And I'll go back to this. Once you get 10, you become a CSI. And Tanya's going to be doing promotions. I knew I need all the time today. She's got promotions, and we'll do them next week, guys. So stay tuned next week. A lot of your peers here have elevated up. Once you have 10 PBS students, and you got help usually getting those, but once you've got 10, you become a certified system instructor. We know where you're at. Now we know we want you just to rinse and repeat, do the process, strive for 2 to 3 a week. And once you get 50, and there's a little bit other criteria, but once you get 50, you become a GSI. Okay. Then GSI and above, it's just more of the same, growing and duplicating others to do the same. That's pretty much where it goes. But at the GSI level and above, you get access to our VIP process. And that's where we literally create full-time incomes for a GSI level and above. Life-changing incomes at GSI and above now. So get going. It all starts with you learning how to do that presentation, how to do all that. That's why we're really focused on the BRT training that we're going to be doing at the event in May. All right, guys, let's see. Yeah, they did the other promoter on there too. I'm gonna see if Niall can find this flyer.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, if you come in as a promoter and you bring in 2 promoters, like within your first 7 days, there's an upgrade there. We get people up and going as fast as they allow us to go. But we're going to be focusing, guys, on our process. We just stick to our process, right? We stick to our remarketing process, and you guys, we do training on that every Saturday. Okay. And we do it every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. BRT training on our A-team line, right? All right, did you find it, Niall?
Yeah. And I'm gonna screen share. So if it kicks me out, I'll be back as quick as I can. Maybe Stacy.
First.
Take off the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see it. There it is. There's the get lucky. I think I already clicked on it. I've given it details on it. 10,000 BV goes on the other side, which triples your income. And back to the flyer. Any new influencer are being upgraded to ambassador right away. Half the cost to get to that level. Everybody's goal should be get to ambassador. And if you can get there in the first 8 weeks, you get the breaks. But after 8 weeks, you have to buy an ambassador pack. So anybody doing any new influencer, or any member that buys, doesn't matter if you've been here 6 months or 6 years, not 6, you know what I mean? 6 months or 3 years. If you are not an ambassador yet, and you purchase that influencer pack, they will make you, the computer triggers, it will make you an ambassador.
All right, so I'm going to answer that, Rosemary. Okay, so yeah, so we have our tickets, but go scroll down a little bit now on that. So, so right there, enjoy a new reward. So when you use your wallet to pay for things, every $100, so if it's 100 or 200, it's every 100 rounded, you get 1,000 ESTs. That's equivalent of, you get $10. So they literally reward you for using the wallet to buy your products. So as you're earning commissions, guys, it's a great way to go. It's a great way to go. All right. Yeah, they cover the Pentapack. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Yeah, and full BVs, guys, is back on the on that, and that's, you guys. We've been a lot of us did really well in the promotions. It's all good. All right, now we can close that down for a sec.
This too. Malaysia.
And then the join button, guys. You can market your username now, so you can tell me, like, if they go to Velavita, let them know your username. If somehow they drop the link and they go right to Velavita, they can still join up with your username. We'll cover that in some marketing. All right. I'm seeing your guys' notes here. We got some changes and I'll come back on the video. We've been cleaning up our Cash Network Direct stuff with everything that's in there. I know I told Stacy to tell you guys we're going to cover it today, but we had all this stuff to cover. I still have a couple more things. So I'm going to tell you this. We have an update and there's a couple more. We're seeing where things are at. I'm going to cover it on Saturday. We just got to push it off. I'm just running out of time today. But I'll tell you, I can tell you which ones we're probably going to be taking down. I'll tell you a couple we're going to take down for sure. The QB54 is coming down. They're just not paying. And you guys, we'll pay everybody. That'll always happen. But they're not playing right. They keep changing our pixels. We're just taking them down. All right. There's a couple others that we're gonna know for sure. The water system is down. He didn't pay his bill. We've paid everybody. He's not paying his bill. It's getting up there. He's interesting, and we'll have some legal write-ups later. He's willing to offer us trips to go to Hawaii if we have certain numbers, but he can't pay his bill. We just don't need that, guys. We just don't need it. We have so many things in the categories we're going to focus on. That came from a very credible, source when we did it. We're just streamlining it down and fine tuning it. Stacy covered the ERC. We already got a lot more submissions, way to go. And we got some other things coming down the pike. So it's coming. We're going to cover that on Saturday. So what I'm going to tell you guys is on Cash Network Direct, if it's on 1f16.com, obviously the new pages, we're going to go with that. We might have a couple of changes there. We're in some negotiations, but I need a couple more days on the one. And I think I really want to keep them. I think it's going to be good. But we sent them all new paperwork and said some things. So that's something that happens in that affiliate space, and that's why I'm glad we call them kiosks. They can kind of come and go. But on the pages, don't delete them. If you've already created the pages, leave them alone. We'll find somewhere else that we can redirect it to. And I'll teach you guys how we're going to do that on Saturday. You guys, I still make money on clients that I fired a long time ago. I just changed where the links went. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that on Saturday. It's all good. This is why we do it through logging systems. We never lose our marketing. And everybody that's done that work, you're not going to lose the work. We're going to just make some modifications, drive it in. If that's the keyword that brings people in, great. We'll utilize that so I'm going to cover that on Saturday. All right, on the training for the BRT trainings, get with your instructor. They're on, Stacy, BRT trainings.
Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's for those that are doing V marketing and are IITs or higher, which means you have a non-disclosure agreement on file with us. Your instructors know how to request an NDA so that you can digitally sign the NDA.
And we're updating our back office system in DTCA. So on our instructor calls that we do on Monday, we do roll call because we get to tell you guys stuff that no one else needs to know or gets to know, right? It's you're our solid partners in building. When you're an instructor with us, we're funding heavier marketing. We're spending a lot more on building your teams. And so we get the NDA signed that basically, the resources we give you are for you to build with us, not for you to go take and build anywhere else. That's basically what the NDA is for. And also it's to protect the information inside. We have a big open trust, but we have to protect it. And we want to make sure that we have a legal directive if somebody does something very dishonest. That's what an NDA is for. It keeps everybody good. And so I want to tell you something. We've had such few problems in all these years because by the time somebody becomes an instructor, they get it. They understand what we're doing. They're part of the utopian process here, and it just works. Okay. Now I'm going to I'll tell you on the BRTs. If you want to be an instructor and you suck, well, we all sucked. So if you suck, the BRT trainings are just going to help you understand, and you'll watch other people go from suck to good and realize, oh my gosh, it's not that hard. If you literally read the BRT script verbatim, the right people are going to come in. You don't have to be smooth on your execution of your words. You can even stutter and be fine. You just got to get going. And so if you want to be an instructor and you want to be able to access and work with students to grow faster with us here, because that's definitely a faster way to grow. You're building a team. Team always builds bigger. Look at it, you guys. So I don't know if many of you guys have been to Mexico. I actually have something I want to do in a second. But if you guys ever it seems like they do it in Mexico all the time. They do tug of wars at the pool. I don't think they have the same lawsuits as the U.S. I think is why they do it. Right? They have the tug of war. Okay, so some of you, everybody here has gone to school. You've done the tug of war, right? Where you got the team that pulls, right? And think about how hard it is to get ahead, right? That's definitely like a tug of war. Do you want to go a tug of war against a big, heavy opponent by yourself, or do you want a team? This is the same thing. You want a team. I mean, that's what we did. Do what I do, get what I get, right? Tanya and I built a team. We're building a team. We're still building a team. Every day, do you know what I work on? Building the teams. Every day. Because teamwork makes the dream work. And we have a lot of dreams to help turn into reality, right? We have a lot of goals that are set in an action plan with resources behind it. But the team's got to teach it and duplicate it. We're all working together. That's how this goes. Okay, I see some comments in here. I'm going to tell you, keep coming to the Tuesdays, keep coming to the Saturdays. Go through the training in the RRR247.com/RRR. Everything will become visible. Eventually, you'll understand it all. Just follow the course. Come to the trainings. That's why we do all this. Okay. We're going to pause for just a second. I'm going to pull up my book. I'm going to read chapter 6 today. So I'll be right back. And God bless everybody else. And I'll be doing that as a recording here in a second. And